There are numerous possibilities of a definition for identity. Some think that your experiences shape you and you are a passive being, and others are of the opinion that you make the choice what can change your personality. Whichever philosophy you are convinced by may give you a closer look at yourself. My family has always lived in Germany, specifically in Hamburg. My great-grandmother Louise and my great-grandfather Alphonse had a child called Jutta, which is my mum's mum. When Alphonse was pulled into the army in 1945, Jutta tried to prevent this by hiding him in a closet, which unfortunately didn't work out, and he then disappeared at war. Jutta later had my mum Astrid. My grandparents from my dad's side met at a disco on New Year's Eve and fell in love, which brought along my dad a little later. My mum, Astrid, was born on the 6th of April, 1970. She grew up without a dad, which is why she and her mother stayed with her grandmother. After having finished school, she had a leap year and went to America to work as an au pair for a family that she lived with. She then came back and worked at a children's hospital for half a year before beginning to study sociology. My mom then had a job as a financial clerk for the local church. During that time, she fell in love with my dad, got married, and had me and my brother with him. My dad, Frank, was born on the 30th of May 1970. From a young age on, he had a love for football, which he later on pursued to play professionally at the age of 17. After having finished school, he decided not to go to university or college, and instead he did a bank apprenticeship. As it was obligatory for him to join the military, he did so for 1 year. He then fell in love and got engaged, and with his fiancée, he was a gallery owner. That relationship never worked out though, and he transitioned to a company named Euler Hermes. My dad then married my mum instead and received me and my brother. When my parents migrated to Tokyo and Japan due to the many cool factors of something completely different to Germany, such as the culture and the language, I came along a year later. I was born on the 15th of April 2001. As you cannot be Japanese, even though your relatives are, I am of German nationality. This is quite a bit irritating to me, as my nexus to their country is practically non-existent. At the age of 3, I began preschool in the Seisen International School. The result of that is that my English now is at a mother tongue level, even though I've never spoken it at home. Like most little girls, I began ballet as an after-school activity with my best friends. On the 18th of April 2005, my baby brother, who I absolutely love, was born. Shortly after, we moved to Sydney in Australia, once again for a change in surroundings. I visited the Queenwood School for Girls, which I really adore, and soon found extremely close friends with whom I did gymnastics instead of continuing ballet. We moved to Zurich only 1.5 years after coming to Sydney, which I was very sad about, as it is the closest thing I had to home. We first lived in a house up in the mountains, giving me a lot of time to spend outside. I came to the Zurich International School halfway through first grade, where I'm still at now, and started with violin, piano, dance, and writing as after-school activities. My brother followed in my footsteps and also began violin and piano as well as fencing, tennis, and like our dad, football. In 2014, we took care of an incredible black Labrador named Buck for a year, as he was then trained to become a guide dog for the blind. Since first grade, I have been attached to Vivian, an amazing person who has become my best friend. Both her and the experience of keeping Buck have shaped me to grow as a person in responsibility and many other factors. We have just recently moved to the city, and although it is completely different from the rural area, I enjoy it way more as it is right next to my dance school and I am able to be more independent.